Welcome to Around the Block on your Wednesday. We made it through midway through the week. Feels like it's going by kind of fast. What do you guys think? That was a quick no. What do you think, Jacqueline? You think it's going by fast?
I think I'm glad it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
It feels summery outside, so some people might like that are on summer break.
Yeah.
My kiddo will.
What about you, DeAnthony?
I don't know. It feels like Groundhog Day to me.
Groundhog Day.
It's just, it's just a loop.
Okay. All right.
But a good loop because now I'm like I'm waking way before my alarm goes off.
You're getting up early, huh?
Yeah.
So what time is early?
Yeah. What's that?
7.
Okay. That's not bad.
7.
Not bad. I think the reason why it's felt like it's gone by pretty fast this week is because it's already been a very busy week for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I told you guys, was my daughter's birthday.
Right.
So we did a lot of fun things for her yesterday. In fact, we actually, we do big birthdays at our house. And so after I left here, she was sitting at home wanting to do some things. And I had come up with this idea of what to do for her. So I took her to all her favorite places. We went to Brahms and got birthday cake ice cream. We went to that was at Hobby Lobby, got her a bunch of crafts. And then we went to another one of her favorite places where she got all of her little fidgets. You can see this whole butter stick thing is popular. It's like a squeezy butter stick. It's like very popular right now. So we did that as well and just had a really great day. And then she said, I want to go to gymnastics class. So we went to gymnastics class and I told her, I said, pick out where you want to go to eat dinner. And after gymnastics, we'll go to dinner. And so we did. And we went to Chick-fil-A. And as soon as we got there and we sat down waiting on our food, in walked this guy.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Can you believe it?
No, you couldn't have planned it.
I know, right? I know. I didn't tell DeAnthony what was upcoming. Jacqueline already knew, but he sat in the booth right behind us. And when he walked in, I know, DeAnthony's so pumped. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
It's just like, I can't imagine people waiting. They're like, is that who I think it is?
Yes. Well, my husband spotted him when we first, and he was like, Adria, look who's walking in. And I turned around and I was like, oh my gosh, and he's like, be cool, be cool, be cool. And then he said, just tell the kids he's there with his family, leave him alone, let him eat. And we did because, I'm sure he gets asked all the time. Just let him eat with his family and enjoy his time together. And he literally sat in the booth right behind us. And a couple of the workers came up and was like, oh my gosh, can we get your picture? And he was so gracious. He was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And my son, you know this, Anthony, he's a huge NBA basketball fan, huge Thunder fan, but he could probably name at least 5 or 6 guys off every single NBA team in the league. He loves basketball, loves it. And he was sitting there pestering me. He's like, Mom, please, can I please get his autograph or picture? And I said, no, leave him alone. And then when he started to get up and walk to leave, Griffin was like, oh, Mom, seriously, you have to let me ask him for a picture. And I finally caved and said, okay. And so he got up and got a picture. And then Gabby was like, I want a picture too. And apparently, iHeart heard us chatting about her birthday, and he said, I hear it's your birthday, happy birthday. And I know, can you believe that? So she had the most amazing day.
She
and it
ended. The tiara.
I know. She left her tiara for gymnastics. She couldn't wear it during gymnastics class. Oh, okay. So we left it at home. But she just had the most amazing day. And we were just so excited to get that opportunity. It was, that will probably never, ever happen again. Just a NBA champion happened. I know we live in Oklahoma City and they're around, right? But it probably will never happen again that we just so happened to go to the same location and one of the players walks in and sits next to us for dinner. So
see, if me and my family ran into like an NBA player, we'd be like, yep, that's all our luck. So just don't expect
Yeah.
anything to go right.
Nothing's going to happen well for us for the next 7 years. So, yeah. But it was a really cool moment. So I was so happy for her. And we also went and I had to stop by and get her a cake on the way home because she wanted an ice cream cake. So I went and got it on the way home. So it would be nice and perfect for when we got back. And poor girl, she's like, I don't think I can eat anything else because she'd been eating, snacks and stuff all day long. And she was still excited about getting to meet Isaiah Hartenstein, but
Best birthday ever.
I told her, I said, you're never going to forget your 9th birthday because
ninth? Oh, that's even.
Yeah.
And didn't you say it was her golden birthday?
Yes. So
I can't believe
I know.
This.
So a lot of people don't if I wasn't aware of what the golden birthday means until my niece actually explained it to me because she just celebrated her golden birthday. She turned 25 on the 25th day of her birthday month. So how it works is you turn the same age as the number date of that you were born. Mm-hmm. So like if it was April 25th and you turn 25, then that's your golden birthday. So when is your birthday, DeAnthony? What date?
The 16th.
So on your 16th birthday, that was your 16th, your golden birthday.
Might have been fake gold. I don't remember my 16th birthday being that great.
I don't know if it's really been a thing until, the past 10 years or so.
I think so, yeah.
Has became even more popular. Because when I first think of golden birthday, I'm thinking of like, I don't know, 25 or 50 or something like that, but it's apparently the same year that you were born or the same number of your birthdays as far as the date that you were born on. So
gotcha.
16 type thing. So anyways, it was her golden birthday. And
you're a cool mom.
Thank you.
Because like my mom would give me like this button. And it's just like, oh, birthday boy. And I'd take it off. But you found a tiara? Oh, man.
Yes, we did.
If honestly, if I was more open to it, I would have wanted like a birthday boy tiara or like a crown. I don't know.
Well, the reason why we got this tiara was because on her 8th birthday last year, she had she likes to wear these headbands, headbands for school or whatever. And she made herself a sign. She took a piece of paper and on the piece of paper, she colored it up and wrote birthday girl on it and then taped that to her headband and wore it out to brunch for her birthday. And lo and behold, the place that we went came over and sang her happy birthday because she had this on. And she's like, light bulb moment. When I wear these, people know it's my birthday. And so, of course, before this birthday, she said, I got to find a tiara or something to wear. So that way, and lo and behold, we went to one of her favorite places and they gave her a little treat because it was her birthday. So she's smart, that girl. She is so smart.
Very creative. Oh
yeah, she's smart. Okay, well, when we come back, we're going to actually get to some news stories that are happening around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Around the Block. What do you think of when you think of Oklahoma City as far as a brand for the city goes? What's your thought process?
Proms.
Well, but I mean, do you think of, the Thunder or Scissortail or what is the brand that reminds you of Home Sweet Home or the Oklahoma Standard, something like that? The reason why I ask is because I can't really pinpoint one either. And the city is asking for the public's help in actually branding an image for the city, which is pretty interesting. Leaders are asking for some input on a new brand. And the idea, they say, goes beyond a new logo or a slogan, but one that reflects Oklahoma City's unique identity and strengths. Obviously, we would think, when you think Oklahoma City, you think about the Oklahoma City bombing.
Yes.
And how strong we are, resilient we are coming back from that. And how we've really grown as a community. They're asking people to fill out an online survey. It takes about 10 minutes. It's open to residents, businesses, and even visitors who have connections to Oklahoma City. In addition to the online portal, there will also be some pop-up events where people in the community can take the survey in person. Maybe that might spark something if you're at a event and think, oh, well, this is what I think of when I think of Oklahoma City. So, so we have information on that and how to take the survey at KFOR.com. And the new logo and brand name is expected to be unveiled next spring, which I'm sure a lot of this also has to do with the fact that we are going to have the Olympics here soon. We are going to have a new Thunder Arena. We're having and to kind of give an identity to ourselves before we have so many eyeballs on the city. So I think that's pretty interesting.
Wouldn't the skyline be like a brand?
Well, sure. But I mean, they want to do more than a logo and a slogan, but I don't really know. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't know how to.
I guess I got to hop on the survey.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to translate that into like an actual, tangible idea. So I'm interested in see what people come up with and what they think of whenever they think of Oklahoma City. I think it's going to be pretty good once it finally comes out and they make a decision. So if you get the chance, go do the survey. And when you do the survey, D'Anthony, let me know what it's like if you get to it before I get the chance. There is some Metro lifeguards that there's a shortage at some of the pools, and they're hoping they can fill the spots with some new lifeguards. Of course, we know it's been hot the past 3 days. It's getting even worse, right? It officially feels like summer. Oklahoma City says they need 10 more lifeguards to be fully staffed for the city's pool hours. So these positions, if they are not filled soon, then they're going to have to cut back on hours because they have to have a certain amount of lifeguards in place in order to make it safe for everybody that comes out. Midwest City also, they have about 9 positions that are open there too, and they have had to limit some of their hours because of low staff there. So big deal. They need more people out there. And we were just talking about how there is fewer jobs, especially for teens this summer, because they're just not being offered. A lot of the restaurants and sales positions, they've cut back. So here's your chance. If your kid is looking for a, lifeguard spot, it's open.
My brother, that was his first job. And then my youngest brother, that was his job. I was always jealous because being a lifeguard is like cool.
Right, yeah. You're the cool guy who sits up at the top and blows your whistle and
yells at someone for not running. Yeah.
Stop running. Get out of there. I used to think, you'd have the cute lifeguards up there that would be watching everything when you go to the pool, And so here's the chance for anybody who wants to get out there and get some money this summer. There are some open positions. All right, we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back. Hey, welcome back to Around the Block on your Wednesday. Adria and D'Anthony and Jacqueline with us here. I never got to say our names. I'm sure they know who we are, but since they can read it down below. I'm going to say it again, though, just to get it in there. This was really cool. Okay, so I redid the outside of my flower beds a couple of years ago. I cut out all of the bushes and decided to put in more Oklahoma style plants, put in some milkweed and a few things like that in order to bring in more butterflies and bees. And plus they looked really pretty, I thought. So I planted all of this in my front little flower bed area, and it looks good. It looks good. Well, apparently it's important to have that ecosystem, especially right now with some of the concerns about butterflies and bees. And there is an opportunity at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum. They received $75,000 grant in order to rebuild their or to grow their pollinator sanctuary that they have there. They have this dedicated space that you just saw there that integrates native Oklahoma flora to help sustain the bee and butterfly populations, which I think is incredible. And that check goes to that, and it completes the 2025 Mary Eddie Jones Signature Gift Project. And her family members talked during that ceremony yesterday. The museum hopes this really will flourish their ecosystems, which when you think about Cowboy and Western Hall of Fame or museum, you don't really think about butterflies and bees, but you will now, right? Now that they've got this opportunity outside in order to grow that ecosystem. I loved it. I'm telling you, it has worked because I see butterflies and bees in my front yard often from all of the native plants we have out there.
I have one too, a native pollinator garden at my house, and I tell you what, we have the butterflies, we have the fireflies going crazy at night lately, and I love it.
Me too.
But I think it's very fitting the Cowboy is getting this because no better place to be able to see the Oklahoma prairie and plains
True.
than at the Cowboy.
Yeah, and all of the native plants that would have been very popular back. Yeah, still are. So I think that's pretty cool.
And aren't they getting that red boot?
They do.
Well, they're getting
the red boot.
Very close to buy there. Yes, very close.
Right.
In fact, that's going to open the 25th.
Yes.
That's going to have its official ribbon cutting ceremony on the 25th, which is a part of Route 66 and the Route 66 celebrations. And they did recommend, which we talked about this a little bit yesterday, that if you are going to come out on the 25th for the celebration, to carpool because there's not as many parking spaces as they expect down there. So carpool if you want to come out to that.
So there's a lot of changes in that area now.
There have been a lot of changes in that area. I feel like that's become like a really popular section for tourists. I mean, obviously you have the museum, but you also not far away have Remington and the zoo and Devon Park as well. Not too far from there. I mean, they're not next door to each other, but they're not too far away. And so it's kind of like you can hit the museum, and then you can go down here and hit it's like a little section for all of the.
Can I share a fun fact?
Yes.
It's called the Adventure District, and I think rightfully so, because you can have a real Oklahoma tourist adventure, whether it's Cowboy, the zoo, Remington Park, Science Museum. I mean, you could plan a whole vacation around just that little district. Just
that little area. Yeah, I can remember seeing the little signs in the median that says Adventure District on it right there. Yeah. We used to go down there quite a bit because, we liked the zoo, the Science Museum, which my husband still calls the Omniplex from when he was a little kid. No. That's where they would go on their field trips or their summer breaks would be to go to the Omniplex.
Absolutely.
So I mean, that's just what he remembers. So
if I'm in the center of like downtown Oklahoma City, is it because I drive around trying to see if I can like stumble it on accident, but I can't find.
It's north of downtown.
It's north of even here, northeast of here.
No, not. It's south of here.
Okay.
South of Britain to 63rd.
Okay.
And then you get off on 63rd, and it's there. But if you're at the state capitol in downtown, you go north to like the 63rd area there.
Adrian will make you a map.
I'll make you a map and I'll pinpoint them. I'll put little stars by each one. I'll write down all of the opening hours and
ticket pricing.
Like I could look it up, but I don't know. I kind of just don't want to use my phone. I just want to explore it like on my own.
Yeah, just go out there and explore. It's a lot of fun. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about our bizarre holidays of the day, and there's some good ones on there. We'll be right back. Hey, big props to SGA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and he made the list of the 100 most influential people in sports in 2026 for Time Magazine. Pretty cool accomplishment there. He said the Canadians' shiftiness and ability to stop on a dime to for pull-up jumpers and step backs helped him frustrate opponents and secure his second straight MVP award. That is what Time magazine said about SGA.
It's the frustrate opponents that gets me.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he frustrates opponents because he's so good, and that's what makes them say, he's
doing this and that. Yeah.
No, he's just good, y'all.
He's just good.
Just deal with it. Just deal with it. All right, very quickly, let's go through our bizarre holidays of the day. Ballpoint Pen Day.
Black Cow Day.
Do you want to get this one?
Frosted Cookie Day.
Ooh, yum. National Bed Bug Prevention Day.
I thought that would be every day.
Yeah. National Egg Roll Day.
National Herbs and Spices Day.
Yeah. National Iced Tea Day.
And Talk Slow Day.
I don't know how to do that. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.